Joining us now, Florida Congressman Greg Steube and National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien. Thank you, gentlemen. Greg Steube, I don't want him to give up. People making fun of him. I mean, Greenland is an integral part of American interests. You know, the tip of Greenland goes into the Arctic, and China's nosing around, and Russia's nosing around. And by the way, Greenland has a lot of rare earth minerals, and Trump should stay with us. I like this a lot. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you 100%. And I agree with the president 100%. It has huge national security implications, both with Russia and in China. And as you said, there is a large deposits. I think I read a quarter of the world's deposits in natural minerals and the things that we need for electronics and chips and all the type of things we need for the military. So I agree with the president 100%. You know, the Democrats are just anything that Trump's for, they're against. But I think he's on to something really good here. And I think based on what he said, I think the people of Greenland support it.
Robert Bryan, you could probably get it for less than $50 billion. I think you could do the deal yourself.
Well, I could try. Look, we tried to do this in term one and didn't succeed. But the point is, Larry, and the congressman is right. You're right. You know, Greenland is part. People don't recognize this. It's part of North America. It's part of the homeland security of the United States depends on Greenland, and Greenland right now is not being defended. It's wide open. It's a highway for the Chinese and Russians right into the heart of North America. And so we need if the Danes want to keep it, and God bless the Danes, I like them. They're good allies. But if they want to keep it, they need to put a frigate up there. They need to put an icebreaker up there. They need to have missiles and aircraft and troops. Greenland is like Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. It's a frontline state now.
And, you know, Greg Steube, you don't have to actually buy it. Okay, how about an alliance? How about, a wide, broad-scale treaty? Security treaty with the United States, a trade treaty with the United States, an investment treaty with the United States, that kind of thing that gives us first call. Correct me if I'm wrong, we have a military base there in Greenland. And by the way, during World War II, we occupied Greenland to keep the Nazis out. And at one point, Harry Truman tried to buy it. My point is, all right, you may not want to buy it, although I think Greenland wants its independence from Denmark. But in any case, just have a broad-based treaty.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. And I think what Trump's doing is setting a discourse and saying this is what we would like, but that opens up a lot of opportunities on treaties and trade and all these things that we can do. Mr. O'Brien is right. This is a huge national security implication, a huge strategic place, both for shipping routes and all of that. And so we need to have the access to that to defend against Russia and China. And if Denmark's not willing to do it and doesn't have the assets that are willing to do it, then we should be able to do it. But we're not going to do it for free, as Mr. Trump said. And there should be something for America in that as well.
You know, Robert O'Brien, speaking of Panama Canal, which we weren't, but I'm raising this topic, I don't understand why people are so even our friends at the Wall Street Journal, I was so disappointed in their editorial. China could close down, China companies in China could close down the canal if they wanted to. They own both ends of it, okay? They have big companies that run both ends, the Pacific end and the Atlantic end, and we've got to do something about that. We have to revisit the Panama Canal story, don't we, Robert O'Brien?
Absolutely. And again, you made this point, people making fun of President Trump. President Trump is concerned about the homeland of the United States of America. He's concerned about North America and our security. Greenland is our security to the north, and to the south, the Panama Canal. 70% of the shipping that goes to U.S. ports to and from goes through the canal. We built the canal. We ran the canal for many years. And when we turned it back over to the Panamanians in a terrific act of generosity by President Carter, probably was foolish, but he gave it back to the Panamanians. The rule was it had to stay neutral. Well, when you put the Chinese on both ends of the canal, they could shut it down by dropping a crane on both ends of it from their ports. That's not neutrality. So we got to get the canal situation figured out. And we have to do it quickly, and I'm telling you, President Trump will.
And, you know, just final point, Greg Steube. I mean, the biggest picture here, which so many people seem to be missing, here's Mr. Trump. He's transformative. He is a disruptor. He is an America First guy, and he is putting his stamp on foreign policy right away. Right away, Greg Steube. And it seems to me that I see all pluses and no minuses for that.
Yeah, as he should, because the previous administration was an abhorrent failure as it relates to foreign affairs. So having an America First president come in on day one and say, these are the type of things that we're going to be working on. These are the type of things that we're going to be doing because we're going to put America first. And we care about the fact that the Chinese have both sides of the Panama Canal and we built it, we paid for it, and we should have an interest there. I think is strong leadership, and that's the type of leadership that we need from the White House.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you.